lack, fear, and powerlessness block your life force. They block your energy. Yeah, so when we talk energy, guys, we're not talking about some kind of woo thing out there. We're talking about the energy that you have available every day to put things into action. Your life force is your energy in action. Welcome everybody to our energy update for week 24. That is the 11th till 17th of June 2022. My name is Jona Bryndis. I'm an energy healer, energy coach and energy therapist, and I walk you through these collective weather conditions. And so in these energy updates I reflect on them. Obviously these energies that we are experiencing, they're contextualizing differently in our personal lives, and that is your job. My job is simply to inform you. And this next week is a big week, guys. There is, and it's almost like lots of strings coming together, puzzle pieces falling into place. However, not as you think. So this alignment where suddenly everything appears to you as crystal clear can also be a little bit challenging. Yeah, so this is about you stepping into this full awareness of what those possibilities are if you are able to shift your energy into your healed version, into the expanded, the higher expression version of yourself. And that can be quite challenging in a good way or in a depressing way, but I hope that you guys take this energy. I posted a lot of energetic posts here lately because it is important that we see ourselves in this way, that we hear ourselves talking in this way. I'll talk a little bit about the power of words, okay, because this is very important here for this next coming week. So let me explain this a little bit. The title of this energy update is Big Karmic Adjustment. In other words, these strings that are coming together aren't just things that have to do with, like say how your job is developing or how your relationship is developing or things like this. It's bigger than that, way bigger. It's this thread that has been weaving through your life, through lifetimes perhaps, that has been holding you back, or that has been guiding you to have certain kind of lives or life experiences. And your job is to decode that, to transcode that, to shift that, to translate that into an attitude, into an expression of your conscious life force. Yeah, so when we talk energy, guys, we're not talking about some kind of woo thing out there. We're talking about the energy that you have available every day to put things into action. Your life force is your energy in action. And when I talked about comparing energy and money last week, and maybe you didn't get this at this time, how I meant this, these energies that are coming in this week will make a lot more sense for you, because you will realize what has holding you back all this time, why you have been having those experiences that show you, with surgical precision actually, what not to do, what you're not supposed to energize, what you're not supposed to invest in. And yet a part of you, your ego, says, I know better. No, I want this. I want this so bad that I am willing to violate, say, my own boundaries or my own values or my own virtues. We talked about this last week as well. So what you need to understand here in order to get the importance of times where this karmic unfolding happens right in front of you, and this will probably become even stronger right during the summer solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere around the 21st of January. But this week is more the revelation of it. This like, whoa, I can see it now. A bigger truth is being revealed to you. And your job is to put this into action, is to translate this into life force, into energy available to you. Why? Because you need this energy. It's the currency for manifestation. The problem with our manifestation is that it's mostly unconscious. So we energize all the things that we can't have, or that we don't want, or that we feel are taken away from us, or that we've lost. And this is the energy of this next week, of this full moon week here, quite big and can be overwhelming for some of you. So you have to maybe slow down the pace a little bit, because it's a forward moving, forward pulling energy. You're being pulled into your higher expression. You're being pulled into your higher self. And that means that all these barriers, all these things that you couldn't see before, that you weren't really willing to correct, or where you were still trying to tweak it a little bit and find ways to cheat your destiny, if you will. It sounds cheesy, I know, I don't mean it that way. This is about the absolute clarity of your perception and realizing what the next steps are that you need to do. So when I say slow down the pace a little bit, is because this energy can come in quite forcefully, and it can lead you to making erratic decisions, or decisions that cost you energy or money on a different end. So you're gonna have to consciously decide what you invest your energy in, right? And then look at what is being revealed through it. So there's these three graces that I sometimes talk about: charity, faith, and hope. You know this; those are spiritual terms. But let's look at how these three graces actually relate to us wanting to manifest a more graceful, a more fulfilled and conscious lifestyle. I talked about what's your job, okay? Your job is to step into your spiritual autonomy. This is something that has to do with our collective consciousness development, okay? We all need to understand ourselves better, and individuate our own self, not just in the psychological way, but on a soul level. Which means and you guys can all feel this, we need to understand better what we are. We're a spirit being that is having a physical experience. And then we need to learn who we are, how we want to bring this into expression, what our needs and our wants are. That's spiritual autonomy, or sovereignty, as I sometimes call it. The second grace here, the second part of our job, is to understand our own thinking. This is where many of you get stuck. How do I express it? How do I carry myself in this world? Here is where life force and energy comes in, because no matter what you understand as a higher goal or a higher expression intellectually, doesn't necessarily coincide or correlate or isn't necessarily in congruence with what you bring into this world. If you see yourself as a victim, if you express how hard your life is and all the struggles that you have to go through over and over and over again, you are fundamentally investing in powerlessness, in fear and lack. And those are the biggest life force killers. So fear, lack and powerlessness, guys, They're basically the anti-graces, if you will. They are the ones that hold you back from manifesting your higher expression, your higher self. And the third grace, the third stage of your life's experience here as a spirit being in 3D is hope. Hope has to do with you consciously making new choices, consciously shifting your energy and saying to yourself, I am choosing to see the good, the beautiful, and the truthful in this world, regardless. Yeah? So hope is a power that we have due to our consciousness that allows us to shift not only our attitude, not only our perspective, not only our perception, not only our energy, our life force. It allows us to create a new reality. And this is relevant here for this next week, because you're going to get new information. You're going to see new ways, new possibilities to bring your higher self into manifestation. And that requires you to work with these graces within you, these powers that you have. You need to learn to appreciate your life, your life's experiences. Yeah, that's charity. That's being in this non-resistance with what is going on in your life. Yeah, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that you need to be a pushover or a doormat. No, to take it on and to sit with it and to say, oh, okay, I am so glad that I made this experience. This is expressing generosity. It is also creating a very important feedback loop, because as you are embracing your life's experiences, you will feel less resistance. Yeah, you will manifest less struggles and therefore more abundance, more consciousness, more happiness in your life. The other aspect of these stages here, these graces that we need to develop, is that when you are expressing something, yeah, so appreciation is the trick here. You need to make sure that what you are expressing is matching up with what you're truly feeling in your heart. That's why we need to know how our thinking works. Because a lot of times we are saying things on autopilot. They just so come out. And we often disregard what it actually is here that we are putting out in the world through our words. So words are very powerful, guys. They create reality. The way you talk, the way you express your energy is the way your life force is coming into this reality. In other words, it's an extremely important part of your conscious manifestation process. So you have to work with precision here. And just as this karmic adjustment energy is coming in, and this new revelation energy for you, you will realize how your daily expressions, your everyday expressions, when people ask you, hey, how are you doing? And you say, oh, good, oh, this is so, all the sighing, all this, like, immediately going into, like, what doesn't work or what you can't do, or how you are being held back by something or blaming things, how that is expressing the opposite of what you actually want to express. And so my tip for you here, aside from consciously appreciating every experience, is also to work on the formulations, how you think this, how you word this, how you vocalize it, how you say things. Rewrite that. Consciously edit these expressions that you bring into this world. over and over again until you find a formulation that your conscious thinking, your higher thinking, can recognize as a positive, as a life embracing, as an empowering kind of expression. That is the higher expression. So remember, lack, fear, and powerlessness block your life force. They block your energy, regardless of your intellectual understanding. And this is why we often can't reconcile what is happening in our life. And that's why we go into resistance with our life's experiences, because we have so good intentions, right? But what we are not seeing yet is how our intentions are not lining up. So this whole week is a big revelation about how things line up and how they don't line up. And this will also show us the self-deceptions, where we haven't been able to tap into our higher thinking because we got stooped, we got pulled into our freeze, into our lower expressions, into our fears, into our anxiety, into our victimhood. And in those moments, you cannot see those higher expressions. You cannot see other ways. So when that happens to you, you need to be extremely aware of what this symbolizes, what this brings to your life. It brings hope to your life, because when you can see this finally, what it is that strips you in this way, you can begin to change it. The first thing I would change is don't make decisions in those kind of situations. Instead, take a deep breath, conscious, present moment awareness. Energize self-love in you. Energize grace in you. Grace is your self-love in action. And feel how that is shifting everything about your body. It's taking the tension out of your body. It's shifting your emotions. And it's shifting your thoughts. And then rewrite the story. Rewrite what you're thinking or how you're contextualizing the experience that you have. And say to yourself, this is what I am. This is what I am bringing into expression. When you can say this, you know that you are conscious. And when you can confirm this to yourself that you are conscious, that's when you can make conscious choices. So self-deception, again, is where our mind basically blocks itself. And this has a bunch of consequences for our body, for our nervous system, for our neurotransmitters. And that's why you cannot make more conscious choices in those moments. So understand that these are opportunities for you to quicken yourself. So shifting your energy basically means you consciously choosing to shift whatever it is that needs to be shifted. Now, in our collective, this next week can be very tricky. And there's certain threads that I can already see how they are weaving into our societies here, and how they're shaking, how they're bringing volatility, how they're bringing an energy in that has been wanting to be resolved, or that has been wanting to be corrected or adjusted for several hundred years. And I talked about being interested in world affairs because in our attempts to protect our energy, we often stay away from social media and media altogether. But you cannot really make sense of what it is that you're feeling if you don't know what is going on in other people. So again, feel into, sit with what is going through other people, but don't take it on as yours. don't confuse sympathy with empathy. Don't get overwhelmed or pulled into this. So there's a volatility that you will feel here in the world in regards to money, in regards to resources. And there will be a little bit of a, the collective always moves with more inertia, so it's slower. There will be sort of a delay in how this all manifests for the majority of people. Yeah, so this being what you are consciously going through, which means you will see a lot of people now moving into this renewed life force, this action, but without conscious thinking. So we'll see erratic things happening here. Yeah. So again, when you know where your energy is at, when you know how to shift your energy, and when you know how you want your expression to be, then focus on that. Focus on your life force in expression. So this week, guys, is a big manifestation week. We have the Connect with Your True Self that I've been doing for more than 10 years every month on the 16th of June at 4 p.m., I believe it is. And remember, here in June, we have a second free energy healing and training event right at the peak of the solstice on June 21st. If you want to join us in Iceland, where we practice all these different aspects that are involved in unlocking our life force, and therefore, bringing our energy into a higher expression, and seeing all this in action, then check my website, sign up for my newsletter, sign up for YouTube channel, SoundCloud channel, Twitter, whatever. Okay, you'll find me everywhere, because I've been around for a long time, guys. And I can tell you that this is a big time right now. So thank you all for joining me here. Thank you for being such a loyal audience on Skype Live. And check in our free daily meditations here on Skype. Yeah, you may actually like this. Love you guys. See you very soon. Bye-bye.